Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so sorry that it has been like 3 weeks since I did my last video, which is like crazy to me. But I have been getting ready for seminar, which is basically the big annual kind of conference for our company. And so I've been a little preoccupied with that lately. But I'm really excited. Oh, those are like filters. Never mind. Sorry, squirrel. So I'm really excited though to come with you guys. I want to play with a couple of looks, getting ready for seminar, and then also maybe try and play with a couple of looks for my husband's. I have a big dinner party, fancy dinner party I have to go to that I have to get ready at work for, like in the nurse's lounge. So I have to make it semi-easy to do. So we're gonna just kind of play around. So I want to do kind of like, I want to try and do more of like a natural smoky eye. I feel like it's picking up kind of orange in here today. Maybe let me adjust my lighting there. I have a lot of natural light coming in through my window today, so there we go. It's a little better. Kind of tone down, get a little bit more of that natural light in here. So I just exfoliated my skin. So my skin is a little on the pink side. So I'm going to do a little bit of color correcting with some of those spots. One of my favorite things to exfoliate with is, if you guys do not have a Clarisonic beauty blender, you should really get one. So I take our exfoliating, we sell this stuff called an exfoliating polisher. So it's really, really, really fine. And I use it with my Clarisonic and it will just exfoliate it's like getting a microdermabrasion basically in home without the cost. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to take some color corrector here, which is our green color corrector, and my normal concealer, and I'm just mixing a little bit of that on the back of my hand. And I'm going to touch up some of these red spots, and having a little bit of that green in there is just going to help neutralize some of that red. And I like to kind of pat this on my skin first and just let it warm up to your skin. Makes it a little bit more blendable, because it just warms up just a little bit. So any of those little spots there. And this is just like a flat, kind of stiffer brush. I love that YouTube is finally doing lives. I love it. I love it. So I'm just going to blend this out a little bit. And just see how that really neutralizes kind of that redness by just putting a little bit of that green in there. I have pretty naturally red skin to begin with, so. Okay. Of course, I just got a text from work about a case that I'm getting called in for. Of course, right when I want to start doing a video for you guys. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. That totally figures. I'm on call for the hospital, and I think I just got a text about it. Let me check my watch. Asking what time. Okay. So now that I'm going to do that, so I tend to be a little blue underneath my eyes. So I'm going to come in with our candlelight. Is it going to focus? Our candlelight shadow sense, which is a yellow base, which is going to help neutralize out some of that yellow and purple that I get underneath my eyes. If you have more dark tones underneath your eyes, like, you know, bagginess underneath your eyes, I would really recommend going in with Pink Posy, which is more of like a burnt orange color, or you could even use our terracotta blush sense. And that can work really well with neutralizing that darkness. Instead of just concealing, you're neutralizing the color. So I like to come in with candlelight to really just neutralize out that blue underneath my eyes. And this is a Sigma brush. I love how it's like that triangle. It really just lets you get right into the corner and underneath your eye so well. And it really just, God dang it, you guys. I am so sorry. Okay, I'm just texting back. Work. C'est la vie. Okay. So I'm going to go in with, okay, so one of my favorite foundation colors is Almond. I really, really love this. And I actually just got it. This is in the anti-aging formula, which is a little bit more moisturizing than the original formula. And I actually just purchased this in the original formula because I like the original formula a little bit better. It's more matte, and I feel like it stays a little bit longer on my skin because I tend to run a little oily. So I'm really excited to get it in the original. So if you guys tend to have, the anti-aging foundation is great for women with drier skin, so like 40 and older. If you tend to be a little bit more oily, break out a little bit more, or like a more thicker matte look, then you definitely want to go with the original foundation. So I like to just kind of let this sit on my skin and warm up because it can oxidize a little bit. So I just got this new brush. I'm kind of excited about it. So it's by Real Techniques, and it's a complexion blender brush, and it has like different levels of thickness of the brush, and it's more for like color correcting tinted moisturizer, or blending color with your lotion. But I'm going to use it. I'm going to test it out on the foundation because our foundation usually works a little bit better with more of a tapping motion versus a circular blending motion. And this one's kind of meant more for a circular blending, but we'll see. I usually go with a big round brush like this. I really love those for our foundation. So it's kind of interesting to try a different brush. Okay. And I do like to pull my foundation up onto my eye. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but I do just because my lids tend to run really red. And so I like to have that foundation. And if your ears tend to run a little red like mine, you can also put a little foundation there. And then you always want to make sure to pull it down onto your neck as well, because my neck tends to run really red. Can you guys hear my dog drinking in the background? That's funny. Okay. So definitely make sure you pull that down onto your neck. And I just love how blendable and how color correcting our foundations are. Like Boom. And it feels so lightweight. I can't tell you how many foundations I've tried where when you put it on, they feel so thick and heavy. Feels like you're wearing, like, oh, pick it up. So, like I was saying, there's a lot of foundations I've tried where it just feels like you're wearing like 10 pounds of foundation. And I really like ours because it's so light and airy feeling. Okay. So now that I actually really kind of like that brush, it did pretty good. To be honest, it really went on really well, and I feel like it didn't soak up a lot of the product. I usually am so used to using such a bigger brush. I really kind of like it. And I like how you can get right into like the creases of your nose. All right, well, Real Techniques, I kind of like that brush. So that's the new complexion blender brush. I'm kind of a fan. All right, guys, well, I might have to cut my video short and come back and check in with you guys and do this look later tonight because I'm getting called into work. Say love you. So anyways, I will check in with you guys here later tonight.